Hello and welcome to Queenie's Card of the Month, belated Card of the Month for January 2014. Sorry that I was lagging. I had some things come up and I just couldn't make the video for you yet. But now I'm here and we're almost halfway through the month, so let's say card for the last half of the month. How about that? Okay, so today is January 14th, January 13th, 2014. See, I got all confused. See, that's why. Anyway, the card for the rest of January is He of the Fiery Sword. So it kind of makes sense that life kind of got away from me, and so I was unable to make a video for you, because He of the Fiery Sword represents the divine masculine principle. And that is your will. I was just going to go like that because it kind of is like that. If you'll look really close at him, that's definitely a boy. And it's not just my dirty mind. Although some of it could be. So, the He of the Fiery Sword. So having that be the card of the month talks about January and the beginning of this year. It's like the beginning. It's like the start. It's like needing to access your will. Basically, it's about taking action and taking care of business and stepping up to the plate and being accountable for who you are and for your actions as well. So this is not a month where you can put things off. This is actually literally 2014 is not a time period where you can put things off. If you're noticing that the places where you might be in denial, or the places where you're holding on to an illusion for, for dear life, so that you don't have to deal with something, you're finding that that's something that you don't want to deal with just keeps going right up in your face, right up in your face. Well, that's the time period it is. There's a lot of intensity. There's a lot of astrological things that are going on where people are really having to face their shadow and having to take action to be accountable for what, for their actions, action to be accountable for their actions. Woohoo! Freeform improv. Let's go. Okay. And that's how I do it anyway. So you are being called to be accountable for your actions. You're being called to stand up and take care of business and face fears, because He of the Fiery Sword is also very, very brave. The Divine Feminine, where that's very receptive, everything's coming in and you're having to go very, very deep and explore, the self and love the self and nurture the self, and it's this creative chaos. The Divine Masculine creates this form to it and accesses the will and makes it happen. So the Divine Feminine is like, I want to paint. And the Divine Masculine goes, okay, let's go. I've got the paint. I've got the paintbrush. Let's go. So this month is about accessing that will, and kind of basically the phrase that I'm getting over and over again with this month is actually a song's going through my head. Bachman Turner Overdrive. Really? Do I have to call upon the powers of the 70s to get this point across? Taking care of business. Yeah. So that's the phrase. Taking care of business. It's time to take care of business. It's time to just face up to the stuff you might have been avoiding for a while. Get the help that you need if you need help. Take some action that you've been putting off taking because you didn't think that you were ready to take that action. If you've got baggage and things that you're dragging along behind the car and you need to let go of some things, He of the Fiery Sword will help you have the will to do that, have the will to move forward the will to leave behind what doesn't serve you anymore so that you can be unencumbered and move into the future. So this is a really good month to start taking some action. That doesn't mean you have to take action all the time. The divine masculine takes inspired action. Okay? So when you're inspired to take action. But you have to be able to tell the difference between, oh, I'm not inspired to take action, so I'm just not going to do it. I don't want to have to do it. And you're, the difference between being depressed and being paralyzed and stuck and maybe needing some outside assistance to help you get through that hump or that stuckness, that stuck place, and really it's time to go. Knowing all with your whole body, knowing down in your gut that it's time to go, it's time to move on this. I know. There's a difference between that. I mean, sometimes we can get really stuck and not want to do stuff and want to hide out. I know personally that I'm pretty good at that. That's probably part of the reason why this is late. Is that I was in a hidey mode. So, but obviously this is not the month for that. Obviously this is the month to take action. It feels like a busy month. It's like we're cleaning up after the holidays. Now the holidays were probably really, really good, but also a little intense and a little chaotic for a lot of people. And so this month is like, okay, let's play cleanup. Now let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to the joyful work. Let's get back to inspired work. And that's really what, he of the fiery sword, funds up his will for. Your divine masculine is your access to your will to move forward, your will to get things done, your will to go out and bring back something to your divine feminine. And I have to tell you that I really think that, the divine masculine is also about practicing radical self-care. In fact, I've decided that every single card is about having compassion for yourself and practicing radical self-care. Care. Radical self-care. Easy for me to say. Anyway, so take care of yourself. Do what you were inspired to do. Be accountable for who you are, your words, your deeds, your actions, your past and your present. There's a difference between being accountable and facing those things and beating the crap out of yourself. Know the difference. If you don't know the difference, seek out outside help and outside support to figure out what the difference is. Whether it be a counselor, whether it be a therapist, whether it be, getting a reading or whatever. But if you can't tell the difference between beating yourself up for not being something yet or for not having accomplished something yet and being accountable, then you need some tools so that you can, because there's a big, huge difference in that. So anyway, this is the card of the month for January, He of the Fiery Sword. We'll take one more look at him because, hey, you want to look at him. And I want to tell you that I love you very much, and I appreciate each and every one of you that watch this video. These videos every month, and hopefully I'll be on time next month. But, life goes that way. And love you. If you have any questions, or if you're interested in subscribing on my website, erinshannon.squarespace.com. You can subscribe to get your own monthly readings delivered to your mailbox. You'll have a picture of the reading and about 2 or 3 paragraphs about what the energy is personally for you every month. And if you want to subscribe to that, that's there. And various other things. So much love to you. We'll see you next month. Bye bye.